Hi everybody, it's your girl Scarlett, and today we are going to be talking about what am I going to be doing with my life after graduation and more on about my content and channel. So let's get into it. So I'm graduating this year and I'm like, what do I want to do with my life? I'm not really sure yet. I know I want to do something with graphic designing. I love fashion, so maybe something with fashion. I'm just not too sure. But what I do know is that I don't want to have to go back to college for another 4 years to study again. And not only that, but college is expensive. Do you see these prices for a semester? So I have decided to go on a gap year. Rather than like necessarily a gap year where I just work or something, I will be going to Japan. Yes, your girl is going back to Japan 2.0 second time. I'm so excited to tell you guys about this journey and, share it with you. So I have decided to go to Japan, not to just stay there and do nothing. I will be going to a Japanese language school, and I have spent hours, weeks, days, months on creating the list. I have been through so many Japanese language schools. I've filed through I sorted them all. I have PowerPoints. I've done a lot of work practically. So I'm going to tell you guys how I chose my Japanese language school and kind of like what I was looking for. So I have 5 personal things that I looked at. First was location. I wanted to be in a big city because I'm a big city girl. I didn't want to be too into like a rural area. I'm from a suburban as well. So I went somewhere in Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Kobe, like the big cities almost. And I wanted to go there. Places I did not want to go to was Sapporo or Hokkaido because cold and I'm trying to escape that. Or Fukuoka, because Fukuoka is really far from Tokyo, and I want to be somewhat close enough to go to Shibuya 109 and buy stuff. The second thing was price. I'm not going to a Japanese language school to have these prices, but I'm also going to a Japanese language school that has these prices. So my budget for myself was between $5,000 to $8,000. I thought it was a pretty good range, and I did find a lot of good schools within that range. Third was diversity, because I was not about to be the only person of color out there, hopefully, right? Not only that, but I also loved my time at EF Tokyo, and I would love to have a nice diverse school where like people are from all over that I can meet. Fourth was school reviews and accreditations. So some schools were accredited by the Japanese Bureau of like Education and everything, and also like what students said. So I've gone through a lot of Reddit posts, Google reviews, just, seeing what the students really want. And in Japan, they give kind of harsh reviews. You could say, like, if anything's above a 3.5, it's delicious. But for language schools, I wanted a school that had between 3.9 to above, practically. And fifth were my own personal goals. So I'm trying to go to TUJ, Kyoto, or Osaka, after my Japanese language school stay. So I'm going to come back to the United States and hopefully work or get some sort of student loan or do something to work towards that goal of going to TUJ, because it's one of my dreams. I want to probably go in for either art or hospitality. We'll see. And so I think that having knowledge of Japanese would definitely help me, especially like because how else am I going to live in Japan if I don't know Japanese? So those were my top 5 goals, and out of them, I was able to sort and squeeze all these schools dry, and I got a nice set of 5 schools. And yes, I have picked my single school I will be going to. And so I'm here to tell you the rankings. The 5th runner-up is JAL. So I liked the school. It was super cool. It seemed super like Western based, but also like Europe based. And so there's like a bunch of people from Europe coming, which is cool, I guess. And it seems super nice, but it was expensive. But I figured out the reason why. It's because it seems more short term than long term stay, So I was like, okay, that makes more sense. So I'll just it's good for short term. So if you're going to stay in Japan for less than around, I would say 4 months, it's well priced. Fourth runner-up is S&G. So I actually really like the school. It was a bit out of my budget though. So I was like, I'm not gonna be doing this. It was close to $9,000, I believe. Or 1,004 million, 1.4 million yen or something. So I was just like, that's a bit out of my budget. I can't do it. But I am doing my 150 hours with that school online. Love the class. I'm learning so much. I sped through the first two classes, the first few lessons, because I already knew hiragana and katakana, so I was like, easy. But I would definitely say if you have the funds to do so, this could be the school for you. Third one up is Genki Jacks. So I really liked Genki Jacks. It was super cool. It seemed super like, you know, new, and it was like Western based as well. But they didn't have visa supports for the areas I wanted to go to, which were either Kyoto or Tokyo. So I'm not well versed in the visa process for Japan. And when I do go, I want to get help with my visa process. So I was like, I don't know how to do all that, so I can't pick the school. But if you are well versed in the visa process, I would say this would be the choice for you. The second runner-up was IIJ. This school I thought was my one. It was located in Akihabara in Tokyo. I love Akihabara. It's definitely for gooners, but like, whatever. They have anime stuff and they have maid cafes and whatever. But it also has a bunch of manga, which I love manga, so I would definitely buy a bunch from there. But it had low reviews. It had 3.8 reviews, and the students just seemed like they weren't learning a lot. What most of the reviews said, and then some reviews complained about maintenance issues, which whatever. So I was just like, I need something more solid, you know, with reviews. So if it had better reviews, I probably would have chosen the school. Before we get to number one, my main school, I'm gonna tell you my backup school. I decided to have a backup school just in case I didn't get accepted, something went wrong, financial situations changed, etc. So I decided to have my backup school be ISI Osaka. I've always heard good things about Osaka. I hopefully can visit when I come this September, and hopefully can go see Osaka and Kyoto, which is kind of my dream. And also Kyoto has the Evangelion base, which I would cry my eyeballs at just seeing. So they have really good reviews. Some people seem to be happy. They have multiple campuses all over Japan. Like in Osaka, they have one in Shinjuku. I think they have another one in Shinjuku. They have one in Ikebukuro, Takadanobaba, all those places. And now for my first choice. My first choice in the language school I'm applying for is Kai Japanese Language School. Yes. I am so excited about this, guys. I cannot tell you. When I first looked on their website, it just seemed so cool, and they had learning that was different than other language schools I've seen, because a lot of language schools you have like books like a Marugoto or a Genki or like, you know, whatever you have. But this language school has you using iPads for you to learn like to learn language. They have like a specific kind of software they have that helps you learn it, which I thought was super cool. So it was like kind of tech Gen Z based. It seemed to have it had data on their website. So one thing I've seen a lot of Japanese language schools do are like, oh, we have students from 40 plus countries and that's it. But on Kai's website, like here you can see like there's a pie chart of their information and like what they like the exact like information they have, which is super cool to me. I'll be a part of this like 2% of under 19, so but it was just super cool to see, and it fit my budget. It seemed nice. The only thing I have to worry about is accommodations, but I got that on my own. I got that. And they help you with the visas. I've heard really good reviews. This one Swedish guy from this channel, Swedish dude, but I watched his video on Kai, and he seemed to have a really good time. So I thought like it was really cool to see a video like that, especially since it was like kind of a big thing. And it already seems super cool. Everything was laid out nicely, so I have my papers I need, and I'm just really excited. I'd like to invite you guys on this new journey of mine, and hopefully in my soul to souls, you guys will join me on this new journey of mine. I'll be talking about my process of getting to Japan, how I study Japanese. We'll do study sessions on Tuk Live, like, yeah, everything. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button and comment down below your top choice. Would you have picked Kai, or would you have picked one of the other language schools? Tell me down below in the comments, and also tell me if you are going to plan a Japan trip. Alright guys, hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.